Hello everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Eric and I will be presenting to you about the hovering and control of a flapping wing in tandem multi-rotors. This is a work with a collaboration between Northeastern University and California Institute of Technology. We begin with our motivation and goal in this slide. This work is done on the tailless small flapping wing robot shown on the right. It's called the Aerobat. This design will be described in more detail in the next slide. The goal of this work is to stabilize this robot, and which can be challenging because it's tailless, and which means it has a pitch instability, and the complex aerodynamics from the flapping wing also is difficult to model and develop a controller for it. So in this work, we'll develop a method to assist in stabilizing such a flapping wing system. In this slide, we will describe the Aerobat robot in more detail. This robot has two wing segments on each side, and it's driven by a series of linkages that we call the computational structure. This structure is designed such that both wings follows a certain flapping pattern, and it can be driven by a single motor located somewhere in the middle. And it also carries a small computer for doing calculations for calculating the controller and read sensor data. It's small and lightweight. It only weighs 40 grams and has a 30 centimeters wingspan. Next, we will discuss about the guard, shown on the right over here. So, as mentioned earlier, the flapping wing robot, being tailless, is difficult to control. It has pitch instability, and aerodynamics is very difficult to predict and model. So, our solution is to attach this lightweight enclosure around the robot. It's made of lightweight carbon fiber material, and we have 6 propellers attached to this enclosure. So these propellers are used to stabilize the robot's orientation as the robot flap inside this cage. The guard is attached to the robot using rubber bands as shown over here, and so it's not rigidly attached to the robot. This slide will describe the methodology to create a controller and stabilizing the Aerobat using the guard propellers. As mentioned earlier, the guard is attached to the robot with a rubber band and affects the Aerobat through spring tension. So this is a simplified reduced order model. So this is a guard frame and it's attached with the rubber band through the main robot. So it's going to be important to develop a state observer so we can estimate the pose of the guard frame, and we can develop the controller for the propeller to stabilize the orientation. So in this slide, we'll explain about the observer design. More complete derivations can be seen in the paper, but the general ideas is we have this dynamic model. X1 being the guard pose and orientation, X2 is rates of change, which depends on Coriolis and gravitational components, the forces from the propellers, and the pose of the Aerobat in the center. Because it's attached with the rubber bands. So X3 dot G of T is the aerodynamic dynamic state. It's highly nonlinear and difficult to compute, but it's possible to find a bound for this term. So the observer output is Z, which is the guard pose and orientation, and can be the error of this observer model can be described over here, where beta are the observer gains. So we can describe it in this simple update model, and this will be used to in the controller to stabilize the orientation. Next, I'll explain about the controller design. So we have the flapping wing and the 6 thrusters on the guard. We have a fixed flapping speed for the main robot, and the guard's 6 thrusters on the guard can be mixed to get the appropriate range. So the controller design is defined over here, and it can be acquired from the model and the state estimates shown in the slide before. This slide shows the experimental results of the robot. As you can see over here, the robot mostly stays in place and its orientation is also stable. There are markers attached to the cage, and that's for the feedback measurements for the observer regarding the position of the robot. The orientation can be calculated through IMU. So in conclusion, we have shown the effectiveness of our propeller-assisted approach, the guard, for stabilizing a small and tailless flapping wing system. We have also developed an observer model and state estimation for the guard, and we can use it in the controller for orientation stabilization. Thank you for listening. You can follow the links below to learn more about our projects and our lab. Thank you for your time and have a good day.